Once upon a time, there was a spoiled young boy named Ethan who lived in a bustling city. Ethan's parents, busy with their careers, gave him everything he wanted, hoping to keep him happy. As a result, Ethan became impatient and entitled, thinking the world revolved around him. Frustrated with his behavior, Ethan's parents decided to send him to spend the summer with his grandfather, Henry, an old fisherman who lived in a quiet village by the sea. Ethan was annoyed and felt like he was being punished. He hated the idea of leaving behind his friends, gadgets, and luxurious lifestyle for a boring summer with his grandfather. Henry was a humble man, content with his simple life. He lived in a small cottage and spent his days fishing. He had weathered hands, a kind smile, and a heart full of wisdom. When Ethan arrived, he was reluctant and refused to help with chores. He complained about everything: waking up early, the smell of fish, and the lack of internet. Henry, however, didn't get upset. Instead, he invited Ethan to join him on his fishing trips. With nothing else to do, Ethan reluctantly agreed. Early the next morning, they set out on Henry's small boat. Ethan was impatient, pulling the line too soon and scaring away the fish with his noise. He was frustrated when he couldn't catch anything and yelled, "This is pointless. Why do you even bother?" Henry smiled calmly. Fishing teaches you patience. Not everything comes easily or quickly. You have to wait and work hard for what you want. Ethan scoffed. "I can get whatever I want without waiting." Henry didn't argue. He simply handed Ethan the fishing rod and said, "Try again." Days turned into weeks, and something unexpected happened. Ethan started to enjoy the quiet mornings on the boat. He noticed the beauty of the sunrise, the sound of the waves, and the peace of the sea. He listened to his grandfather's stories about the ocean and the lessons he had learned from life. Slowly, Ethan's impatience faded. One day, after many failed attempts, Ethan finally caught a fish. It wasn't big, but the pride and joy he felt were immense. Henry smiled and said, "See, with patience and effort, you can achieve more than you think." By the end of the summer, Ethan had changed. He no longer missed his city life or his gadgets. He appreciated the simple pleasures of fishing, the value of patience, and the wisdom his grandfather had shared with him. When it was time to return home, Ethan thanked his grandfather, promising to remember the lessons he had learned. As he hugged his grandfather goodbye, Henry said, "Life is like fishing. It's not about how fast you can get what you want, but about the journey, the patience, and the person you become along the way." Ethan returned to the city with a new perspective. He realized that true success wasn't about wealth or instant gratification, but about being patient, kind, and humble. Every time he felt frustrated or impatient, he thought back to the peaceful mornings on his grandfather's boat and the wisdom of the old fisherman.